As it has so often been called, the beautiful game, and we got to see every part of the spectrum of it yesterday as the quarterfinals at Euro 2020 got underway, beginning with what was quite initially a tight and nervy affair between Switzerland and Spain that burst into life following that sending off and ended up in a penalty shootout, Switzerland coming so close to pulling the rabbit out of the hat for a second time. But it would be Spain, our tournament favourites as it stands in our win probability model, that went on to book their spot in the semi-finals, where they'll take on an Italy side who are now 13 games with successive wins as they put yet another nail into the coffin of Belgium's golden generation. Certainly going to be looking forward to that one, but today we're going to see who will compete in the other semi-final, as Denmark will be hoping this stage, the quarterfinals, is not going to be third time unlucky for them in major tournaments, having suffered successive defeats at this stage at the World Cup in 1998 and the Euros in 2004. That defeat coming against today's opponents, Czech Republic. And when we look at our win probability model, well, there's a wafer between the two sides. Perhaps unsurprising considering 5 of the last 6 matches between the two nations have ended in draws. Our model, though, is just slightly favouring Denmark in this one at 51.9%. Their turnaround in front of goal in this tournament has been simply remarkable. With their first 44 shots in the competition, Denmark only scored 1 goal. But in their following 31 shots, they have been able to convert 8 times. And perhaps that played into each of your minds when you took part in our fan poll on our Twitter account at Analyst, with an overwhelming 80% of you backing a Danish victory today. I wouldn't write off the Czech Republic entirely though, especially with Patrick Schick in the side. If he strikes with his left foot today, he'll equal the record of 4 goals in a single tournament set by Antoine Griezmann in Euro 2016 for his trusty left boot. The semi-final lineup at Euro 2020 will be completed later today when England, fresh off that triumph over Germany and underlining their status as favourites to make the final in the bottom half of the draw according to our tournament predictor model, taking on Ukraine. And bear with me, I'm going to sound the warning horn right now. In their last 3 quarter-final stages at the European Championships, England's matches have gone to extra time and penalties. Of course, great times back in 1996 with the defeat of Spain, but in 2004 and 2012, not so good, both times losing on penalties. Our tournament probability model isn't too concerned with that though. In fact, it's one of the most overwhelming predicted outcomes we've seen in the tournament so far, with the 3 Lions being given an 85.1% chance of advancing into the semi-finals. And why not? They are only the second side in European Championship history not to concede in any of their first 4 games in a single edition of the tournament since Germany in 2016. England have also lost only 1 of their 7 meetings against the Ukraine in all competitions, that defeat coming back in 2009, although the two sides haven't played in a fixture since 2013. So not a lot of recent history to go off, but it didn't seem to affect you in our online Twitter poll on our Twitter account at Analyst either, with 76% of you backing England to advance. Well, wherever you are in the world, I hope you get to enjoy the games today, sensibly, and we'll be back tomorrow with a brief look at what our predictor model is saying for the rest of the tournament from the semi-finals onward. Don't forget as well to keep up to date with all the latest insights from the tournament by visiting our Twitter account at Analyst. And of course, if you head over to our website, we've got predictions, we've got stats, and we've got our daily rolling blog. What more could you possibly want? That's all at theanalyst.com. home of data-driven storytelling.